very excited to present Grok 3, which is, we think, an order of magnitude more capable than Grok 2 in a very short period of time.
Elon Musk just announced Grok 3. Grok 3 is supposed to be 10 times more powerful than Grok 2, which is the present model that we have. Well, I guess the present model is now Grok 3. Grok 3 is 10 times more. Elon said that is actually more than 10 times. It's about 15 times more. They were able to create a Tetris and a Pajul type of game and blend them together in a live demo and have the game play in real time. Take a look.
We also have an output from Grok here. It says wrote a Python script, explains that it's what it's been doing. If you look at the code, there are some constants that are being defined here, some colors. Then the terminals, the pieces of Tetris are there. Obviously, very hard to see at one glance if this is good. So we gotta run this to figure out if it's working. Well, let's give it a try. Fingers crossed. All right. So this kind of looks like Tetris, but the colors are a little bit off. Right, the colors are different here. And if you think about what's going on here, the jolt has this mechanic where if you get 3 jolts in a row, then they disappear, and also gravity activates. Right. So what happens if you get 3 of the colors?
This is actually pretty amazing. They said that Grok 3 is doing all kinds of crazy breakthroughs when it comes to Grok 3 versus Grok 2. They have this graph here where they have math, science, and coding. And these are going up against, Grok 3 Reasoning Beta, which is their kind of large model. And then they have a Grok 3 Mini Reasoning, which is their smaller model. But the bigger model is still in beta. But then they tested against O3 Mini High, O1, DeepSeek R1, and Gemini 2 Flash Thinking. And as you see in this graph here, you see that in math, it outperformed all of them. O3 Mini, O1, DeepSeek, Gemini 2, it just blew right past them. What's surprising is that what was the actual winner was the Grok 3 Mini Reasoning. So not even their biggest model, but the actual Mini was actually the one that did better in math out of all of them. Same thing with the science. Well, actually, the Grok 3 Reasoning Beta was the one that actually won this one, but just by 1 point. So their Mini, they said, was trained for a longer period of time, which may be the reason why it has a slight advantage over some of these benchmarks, because it had a longer training window. So that means their bigger model, Grok 3 Reasoning Beta, was trained for a shorter period of time. But even though it was trained for a shorter period of time, it still had comparable performance to the Mini, which may mean that it's going to be able to perform very well with less training time, which is really good. But even with coding, the Grok 3 Mini, again, was the one that beat out all the other AIs when it came to this, which is absolutely amazing. Also, Elon Musk went into the details about how they were able to build this. They said that they needed to build a data center for this because they reached out to data providers in order to get the scale that they needed to have Grok 3. And they said that, in order for that to happen, this is going to take them about 16, 17, 18 months. So over a year in order to get a data center. And that's kind of insane because we have Grok 3 now, and they wouldn't even have the infrastructure until next year to release Grok 3. And so Elon said that I'd be basically certain death when it came to the competition they had with like ChatGPT, Perplexity, and all these other AIs out here like Claude. That would have been the end of it for Grok. They said they had to build their own data centers with like a ton of graphics cards that they had to get together that was running on generators, that's liquid cooled, that's using freaking Tesla batteries to handle the electricity and resource consumption. They basically put all this together within like 3 months, like 120 days or something. It didn't take them long, but it was supposedly a really big feat to do it.
Training cluster operational within 122 days. Because we started off, we actually weren't intending to do a data center ourselves. We were going to just, we went to the data center providers and said, how long would it take to have 100,000 GPUs operating coherently in a single location? And we got timeframes from 18 to 24 months. So we're like, well, 18 to 24 months, that means losing as a certainty. So the only option was to do it ourselves. So if you
And it took a heck of a lot of resources, a lot of nights, and a lot of problem solving in order to do these type of things, which is actually pretty crazy if you ask me. The amount of work they did in the short amount of time they did it in. They said that was the hardest part about Grok 3. It wasn't the actual AI part, it was the data centers and having that data center train the AI. That was the hardest part for it. They also announced that they will be releasing Grok 2 open source in a few months. So what XAI usually does, they will release the previous model once the present model is fully released. So Grok 1 is already open source. Grok 2 is what we have now, which is transitioning to Grok 3. But we have the Grok 3 beta and we have the mini betas. And he said that this is a rough launch, so they will be improving more and more. Not only that, they also said that they will be releasing Grok voice assistant, so you'll be able to talk to Grok. Yes, they're catching up super fast to ChatGPT, to Gemini with this feature that they will be rolling out. They said in a few weeks. But it doesn't stop there. They said they also have a deep thinking, a deep reasoning model, which guess what? Takes away the test time compute and lets the ChatGPT, the AI, will think longer about a question instead of an answer later on. And it gives you basically like so that means that Gemini, ChatGPT, and now Grok can all do that. And I believe Perplexity is able to do that now as well. So this is heating up the AI competition space really. Everybody's kind of neck and neck at this point in time. They even said that they're planning to put Grok on a freaking spaceship. They have a spaceship that they're going to come back into orbit and to Earth in like a half, and they will be putting AI on that thing and sending it to Mars. That's crazy, sending AI to Mars. It may be the first AI in space, and it may be this first AI for sure to be on Mars. This is going to be absolutely crazy. They also talked about people who are going to be getting Grok 3 the fastest are people who have the X Premium Plus tier. So you have the Premium Plus tier with X or Twitter, you'll be able to get that model the fastest. And this is available on their app, which is currently only on iOS. So this is not on Android, it's only on iOS, but they do have a website. And Elon Musk did say that the website will be the latest and greatest, the most powerful model they have, because it takes some time for them to implement the model on iOS and ship it versus the website, which has like, the refresh and upload times when doing these type of things. But they did say that since this is a beta, to expect bugs, to expect rough patches. But this is still like insane to see that this is happening right now. They were a little late with it for sure. This happened at night, basically at midnight if you're on like Eastern time. Times like 11 or 10, so a lot of people probably had to miss this, unfortunately. But I released a full live stream already for you to look at, because they live stream this on X, and I don't think they have a account on YouTube. So if you want to watch the full live stream, you should check back at the other video. They had some very bold predictions. They said that Grok will probably in like a year or two be winning like Nobel Peace, and that maybe in a few years there will be no benchmark to test Grok on, because it'll be that much more advanced. I think this is a huge investment into Grok having its own data center and having a data center that's being made this fast. And I think they're making another one or adding to the existing one that they already do have to keep on continuously scaling. And this helps a lot when it comes to infrastructure, because that's what Google Gemini and Google have in general. They have a huge infrastructure of data centers, graphics cards at their disposal. That's why you have like 15 gigabytes of free storage for your Gmail and all this other stuff. They have a freaking infrastructure already set in place. So for XAI to already have an infrastructure that they built in 30 days and expanded on it and enough, and for them to catch up to the likes of a ChatGPT is insane. And the fact that they're going to be releasing their voice model that understands like tonality, voice, and able to even remember, because Elon said that he talked to this AI and he corrected the name of the AI and the AI was able to understand that this is his new name going forward and just refer to him as that new name. This is actually insane. And for a nugget of information, like I kind of also talked about Grok. Like Grok, where did it come from? Grok's name came from like a book you read that talked about space. And so Grok's name is like basically means deep understanding of things, which is a good name for Grok. They also had some kind of funny questions from the audience, like is Grok a female or a single? And basically Elon said it's whatever you want it to be. But this is absolutely exciting and I can't wait to put my hands on it. You should definitely like and subscribe if you want me to do a live stream of me playing around with this, which I probably will do. You should definitely comment down below live stream if you want me to do that. But to keep up with the latest and greatest AI news, you should definitely like and subscribe. With that being said, your boy Dex, not Dexter, out.
You hear me? I'm so excited to finally meet you. I can't wait to chat and learn more about each other. I'll talk to you soon.